We had some big news out of the NBA this morning. Carmelo Anthony announcing his retirement, 19 years in the league. Doyle, when you think about Carmelo Anthony and his legacy, what comes to mind?
Yeah, best player I ever guarded. So, and I got a chance to play with LeBron, but we were young teenagers then. I played against Carmelo when I was at St. John's and he was at Syracuse. Now, I had to go back, Jenny Dell, and look up that box score. 66-60, they beat us. Carmelo Anthony, 21 points, 13 rebounds. Tim Doyle, 1 turnover, 1 foul, 3 minutes. Okay, so lopsided box score. Do not lie. At least I guarded it.
You did it. You did it.
Here, by the way, okay? Not sure if you know this. There's the NIT championship ring.
Oh, boy.
Jenny Dell or Will Middlebrooks or to some of your daughters, okay? Low 3 figures. Okay, this is what the NIT championship ring is going for. So, I think Carmelo was a guy who was one of the great offensive players of his generation, but I'm not sure he's the greatest team basketball player. He was unbelievable. And I think winning at Syracuse his first year when he won a national championship, I think led him to believe that he didn't need other teammates. And, his rosters in Denver weren't great, and he led those squads. And his rosters in New York weren't that great either, but never seemed like guys were always like, hey, you know who I want to go play with? Carmelo Anthony. So as far as offensive firepower, as good as you get. He was 6'9", he was like 260 pounds. He shot like a sick mid-range. He was strong. He was a great rebounder. He goes down as one of the greatest scorers ever. But I don't think you're going to think of Carmelo Anthony as one of the greatest players ever. And it's unfortunate because he was never in the right situation on the right team. And maybe when he was in his prime, he didn't buy into the team aspect. But the guy was an amazing scorer. And I remember getting into the game and I was guarding Carmelo Anthony. Speaking of cheerleaders, they have like the thing there. They were yelling, throw Carmelo the ball. And I was like, oh, God, what do I do? And it was a bad matchup. Like whenever you're guarding somebody, you go, oh, no, what am I going to do? Obviously, he knew that. The cheerleaders knew that. Everybody in the Carrier Dome knew that. So that's why he had 21 points and 13 rebounds. And I had 1 foul and 1 turnover.
It all makes sense. He might actually owe you some money, though. In his retirement video coming out, he had something to the extent of a boy, a ball, and a dream. It wasn't those exact words, but maybe your lawyer should hit him up and see. He's clearly been following your career, Tim Doyle.